I just recorded a 12-minute video, but the whole thing just got deleted. So now we're back again. Okay, so you should have instincts like a wolf. And I'm being dead honest, and it's 100% possible. You should be able to wake up as many times as you possibly have to, straight away, no excuses, at any second of the day. And let's say everybody was procrastinating and taking hours to get out of bed, which is of course very bad. However, the whole world is lazy, and unfortunately people do this every single day. But it takes 1 second to get out of bed. Not even that. Less than a second. And you need to understand how it's like to get out of your comfort zone, first of all. And think of this as you being on the top of the food chain. And in all seriousness, with no procrastination involved or you being mediocre by any means, in order to compete with the top 1% of the world, you need to act and pretend as if you are already in the top 1%. If you are asleep, to fall asleep, you must pretend that you already are asleep. Excuse me. And so, about the wolf's instincts, wolves, they're never ever like, yo, I'm asleep for 10 more hours, man. When there's a sound, they're up, they're wide awake, man. Like, that's what you need to be like. And they are hungry. They are very hungry, and that's what the world lacks. The world lacks hunger. So you can adapt that mindset into you. Let's say it's 3:39 a.m. You would go and get up easily from being wrapped up in bed, all comfortable, just to go to the toilet or to have a shower. Because it doesn't feel nice, right? Holding in the feeling of having to go to the toilet or have to have a shower when you are all comfortably lying down, sleeping in bed. But it's the matter of the relief of knowing that you did because you needed to. And that's the main part, because showering, going to the toilet, they're not optional. Those are things which humans need to do. But when it comes to optional things, that's where things start to get a bit weird. But, for example, being successful. You don't need to be successful. It's the most optional thing on planet Earth. And you either decide that you want to be successful or you don't. And of course, hard work's required. There are risks that need to be made, sacrifices. It's a long, hard and miserable journey. And you must show up every single day. But however, the lazy people, they see this opportunity as something which they see this option, of something which doesn't even matter. They try to make themselves feel better and happier because they are too stupid and lazy and arrogant to even get up and act, let alone them even waking up on time and getting out of bed when they are supposed to. And so imagine this scenario. Your whole family is on the line. Everything you love is on the line. And if you do not get up out of bed within the first 10 seconds, everything you love and anyone you love will disappear. You would not be waking up. You would not be getting up out of bed 9 seconds later. You would get up before you know it, as fast as light, within a blink of an eye. And yeah, because you have a reason. That's your purpose. You had a reason to get up, and that's how seriously you should be taking everything and anything else you are doing in your life. And without a purpose, things can be difficult. But without a purpose, if you had planned something, for example, the day before, then you were planning for it to be whatever it was, for whatever you wanted to do in the next morning, you'd probably sleep over it and forget what you even were supposed to do. Most likely because your mind is not mapped it out properly. It's so much of a strategic plan. You don't see it as the most important thing in your life. To test yourself, you could set an alarm on your phone, and it doesn't have to be a sharp time. It can be 4:33 a.m. in the morning. And if you wake up that exact time, you get out of your bed immediately, then just to do push-ups or something, then you just go back to bed. That is still having instincts. Your alarm is supposed to be like one anyways, alarming you. But that's just... Stop using snooze and stop being lazy. So that's one way to test out how to, see how much good of wolf instincts you actually have. And then it's the matter of how long can you keep carrying on doing this? The endurance of discipline. How many days can you keep carrying on and doing this and doing this? And when you have a purpose, you're basically already most likely having a wolf instinct. Like, you're already in survival mode 24/7, aware of everything, and you know exactly what needs to be done. And yeah, action is the fundamental key to all success, which is a quote by Pablo Picasso. And it directly targets that struggle with procrastination and the need for immediate action. The idea that purpose creates urgency, reinforcing the wolf analogy. And when you listen to your instincts, then trust me, it can cut out your overthinking, because you're not thinking, you're just doing, you're just acting. That's gone. Overthinking in of as itself is unnecessary and not needed anyways. But another important thing, the visual reflex aspect of this, is that your brain can interpret a visual cue like a threat or an opportunity. But guess how long it can do that in as little as 13 milliseconds. It's crazy, right? And the average conscious reaction time is about 250 milliseconds. When you think about getting up, you're already moving 20 times slower than your biological maximum. And when you don't act within 5 seconds of an impulse, your brain will kill the idea to protect you from perceived stress. Wolves have instincts because they are hungry, as I mentioned before. Humans procrastinate because they are comfortable, way too comfortable. Especially in this day and age. But to get the wolf instinct inside of you, you have to intentionally make yourself uncomfortable and be comfortable with being uncomfortable and lock in, bro. There is no secret or anything, man. And even thinking about getting up just drains your willpower itself before the day even starts. And you can try this out tomorrow morning. There is no secret. You just have to get up. Do you have these instincts? How serious are you of a person? Just set your alarm to get out of bed, get on the floor and do some push-ups, and then just get back inside of bed. You can go to sleep. But it doesn't. Push-ups is just a good idea, which I can think of. There's obviously lots of other things. I'm not saying go to the gym, have a full workout. You can if you want to. You can. And but in terms of purposes, which also does obviously link to this whole thing, when you are deeping your purpose and trying to find it, you will go through endless experimenting, but it will get you somewhere, 100%. And trial and error will be up your ass, just to let you know, if you didn't know that already. And you have to be in control of your mind at all times and be unstoppable. So, just see if you can do that, and see if you actually take this seriously. Thank you for watching. I'd appreciate if you watch this, because it all got deleted, but it's alright. Safe.